Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Different, and welcome to Different's World. And for today's vlog, we're going to be doing a vlog dedicated to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in honor of it being Dr. MLK Day. Yay! No work. So we're going to do this video in honor of him. I'm going to be giving you guys some highlights and facts about his life, as well as, my opinion on this man and his great accomplishments, as well as just his humanistic side and what I actually liked about Dr. King, surprisingly to what a lot of people would believe, as well as just sharing my personal experience. I got to actually visit Dr. Martin Luther King's house in Atlanta, Georgia back in June 2017, and as well as with his museum that's in Atlanta. So I'll share that with you guys in my video clip. Also, I'll be sharing with you guys his I Have a Dream speech, the very famous speech he gave on the March on Washington back in the 60s, that, uh, was, I guess, not, yeah, it was a catalyst, for the civil rights movement, and got more people involved and, made it to what it is today. And so, definitely excited to be sharing you all with this vlog. And so let's hop right into it. As a lot of you all know, Dr. Martin Luther King, he was a great, black civil rights leader, that was a highly, acted upon activist back in the 1950s and 60s. He pushed for equal rights movement. He was really big on the Montgomery bus boycott back in Alabama. He did a lot of great things and worked with a lot of great people. As well as, people know March 4th, he was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee in the Lorraine Motel by a white man. But with that being said, let's share with you all what I like about, Dr. King. And I know this may sound a little unorthodox, but it's the truth. Um, what I like about him was, God's, he sees, the best in people, no matter, how many flaws or fuck ups they have. And Dr. King was no better. He was a preacher, sure enough. He was a well-educated man, highly accomplished man, had a lot of people, who thought highly of him. But he still had his flaws. He was an adulterer. He cheated on his wife. He had gambling problems. He did drinking. I'm pretty sure he hit the blunt too as well. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure, a person with hang-ups, and proclivities, they would have these type of things. And so with that being said, although he had these hang-ups, that didn't stop him from doing what he was meant to do in this life and accomplish the goals and, the blessings and the destiny that God placed on his life. Just like, David and Noah, they weren't perfect as well, but God still was able to use them. And as well as like with MLK, he was still able to use them. And so although he was very accomplished man, highly thought of man, and I like that about him as well. I like the fact that even though he wasn't a perfect person, he was still able to be used as an instrument, and people still thought highly of him, no matter what. And so hopefully for me, I get to live a piece of that life of a person that's not perfect, but God still uses as an instrument and is able to get things done and help people and change the world and the trajectory of where things are going. And so that's what I like about Dr. Martin Luther King. He wasn't a perfect person, but he did a lot of great things and still went out with respect, and still even after his death, 5 decades after, this man's been assassinated, his work is still living on, his legacy is still living on. And so that just goes to show you, no matter, how many hangups you have, who you are, you can still, accomplish great things in this life. And so, rest in peace to Dr. Martin Luther King. Happy birthday to him. His birthday as well is in the month of January. So shout out to all the Capricorns. I'm a Sag, but shout out to you guys. Y'all cool with me. What else, you guys? So with that being said, let's get into the video. Check out my video real quickly. When I went out there to Atlanta, it was my first stop to go to his house, but I had made it just by hair. They was closing the door on me and they didn't want me to come in, so I had missed going inside of his house. So I got some pictures on the outside of his house, and I'm gonna excuse my feet, y'all. The country came out of me out there. I ain't have on no shoes, and I was taking some pictures. It was oh well. But y'all enjoyed the video clips of me at the MLK Museum, as well as some pictures that I took, as well as the Martin Luther King's famous I Have a Dream speech. Check those out, and then I'll come back on and we'll talk a little bit more about what's going on in Different World. and also how I paid homage to Dr. King in my new book, What If? A Controversial Paradigm Shift. So check out my video and I'll be back.
The greatest collectively that the world has ever known. All that time. Remember that danger that you use your calculations. I cannot criticize your activities from the moral point of view. Not still considering America that money can be all money can be one to live a life of gross materialism. And I'm worried that too many people in America are more concerned about making a living than making a life.
This is the Rosa Parks room. I guess it's safe to assume this is a quilt that was made. Why does it have all about Martin Luther King on here?
I mean, they want to make sure you don't miss the history, because as soon as you walk through the restroom, you got a TV. And everything all jazzy in here. Let's just see. Ultimate measurement of a man is not where he stands in the moment of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. The choice today is no longer between violence and nonviolence. It is between nonviolence and non-existence. This last one. True peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. Amen.
What's up, Insta? I just did 4 miles or an hour on a treadmill. With all the sitting I've been doing, I gotta do another hour. But in any case, it's Friday night and there's nobody but me and another guy here on Friday night. Oh well. More equipment for me.
I have the pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. 50 years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today, signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, my country, tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, Let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring in windy caverns. When we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. I hope you guys enjoy watching my adventures in Atlanta and trips to the MLK Museum as well as outside his house. As you guys saw in some of the videos, I got a chance to meet the old lady gangs from the Housewives of Atlanta. Candice Burris' aunt, one of her, I forget their names, but I got a chance to take a picture with both of them. And my mom and aunt at the time, they didn't believe that I was taking a picture with them. They thought it was a cardboard. And so I had to messenger them, and they got a chance to talk with them through the messenger. And so that was cool as well. So I just thought I'd share those pictures as well with you guys. But yeah, back to the MLK. Yes, so the next way that, I want to talk with you guys about, how MLK is still being impacted in today's society is through my new book, What If? A Controversial Paradigm Shift, dun, 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 which is available on my website at differentworld.net. It is with this book that I talk about, what if and controversial paradigm shifts that have happened in the past, such as, Dr. King's death. He was assassinated on April 4th in 1968 at the Lorraine Hotel in Memphis, Tennessee. And so with my book, I asked the question or the paradigm, Lorraine on the membrane. I'm sure y'all some of it. For those, viewer discretion is advised. It's for grown folks only, but you get the gist of the illustration. It's just basically asking the question, what if this was a white man and that was killed by a black man, what then? How would you feel? And so the book was written to start conversations about, injustice and systemic racism in America. And so that's the purpose of, why I wrote this book. And Dr. King is a part of that because he's a part of our history, my history, the black history. And so I definitely wanted to pay homage to him with that in there and asking that question, what if, Dr. King was a white civil rights leader that was assassinated? What if then? And so, that's just how, the cookie crumbles with that. But in any case, go to my website, differentworld.net, and check it out and get your copy as soon as possible, as well as, be on the lookout. I have other things going on, other vlogs that I've posted, as well as other travel vlogs as well, too. So with that being said, I'm going to close this video out. Be on the lookout for my next vlog. I'm going to do some podcasts I'll post this week with Miss Juanita Harris. I did back in October. Grace for Purpose podcast. Had a really good time talking with her about bringing social awareness to society. And so be on the lookout for that, as well as my travel vlog video that I'm going to post, my adventures in Panama. So those are the next two videos that's coming up this week. That'll be pumped out either Wednesday and Friday. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So hit that button once this video get done. And don't forget, whatever it is in life that you guys want, you have to manifest, plan, and prepare for it. And then it will surely come to you guys. Difference World. Come and learn. Peace.
What if?
What if in 1619 Africans started dealing in slave trading?
The tables were turned around.
What if they kidnapped millions of Englishmen, women, and children from their homeland and brought them to America on a slave ship?
What If? A Controversial Paradigm Shift. It's a book written to inform and encourage consistent, thought-provoking conversations about injustice and systematic racism in America. Through graphic but provocative illustration, What If provides a different perspective by detailing controversial deaths and events as 4 categorized paradigm shifts: historical, political, precedent, and hypothetical. What If? A Controversial Paradigm Shift by author Difernt. Illustrations by Anastasia Arnold. Coming August 2021.